It's beer o'clock on Reload Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Wolf's Ridge Brewing Company, and it's a bottle of their Night Method Espresso Milk Stout, coming in at 6% ABV, 22 fluid ounces in American language, 650 millilitres to us Europeans. There's the bottle cap. They're from Columbus, Ohio. Let's get the beer out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass now. Look at that! Wow! Fantastic looking beer. We got a big, thick, tight, 4-finger, tan coloured head. It's a jet black beer in a glass. For 6% ABV, that looks pretty bold. That looks rich, thick, like engine oil. Slow moving carbonation rolling down the side of the, or up the side of the glass, should I say. I am so impressed with the presentation, just with the look of that beer. If you rewind it and watch as I could just tell it was going to spring ahead. You could just see it kind of just developing really quickly in front of your eyes. Real good quality. Look at that, it looks terrific. If I rock the beer back and forth, you see the carbonation chasing the head of the glass. It's probably, I would say, unfiltered, so it probably wouldn't be clear. It's definitely not clear being black. Let's get the aroma. Oh my goodness me. Loads of fresh espresso coffee beans, mixed with a slight vinous quality, a little bit of plum, fig and prune. Oh, cream and wow. It smells really rich. Terrific, absolutely terrific. Wow. And lots of roasted malt coming through on the back end. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Gotta put that down. Stone the Crows! Stone the Crows! What an awesome beer. Very thick, very viscous. Very rich, that's what I was looking for. Rich. Chocolate, coffee, caramel. Loads of espresso coffee coming through. They did a collaboration. This is a collaboration between One Line Coffee, roasting and sourcing, and of course Wolf's Ridge. But wow, just incredible. It's velvety, rich, super smooth beer going down. As I said, chocolate, coffee, caramel, espresso coffee beans, a little bit of bitter chocolate, a little bit of milk chocolate, and then some touch of sweet caramel. The mouthfeel is just rich and thick and creamy, gloops and just stays on your palate. The longer a beer like this stays on your palate, the more flavours you're going to get released onto your mouth. Of course, the longer it's kind of hanging around, it's releasing more flavour. The kind of vineness, I talked about plum and fig in the aroma. It's definitely there in the aroma. Trying to find it in the taste. Yeah, it's just kind of like there. It's kind of just a small amount of this plum and fig and prune. To be honest with you, it's more in the aroma and a little bit less so in the taste, but it's still there. And the plum, the fig and the prune, the vinous flavours, the dark fruits, as I used to call them, mysterious dark fruits, you know. That's coming from the hops that used in the beer. So lots of depth, lots of flavour. Lactose as well, there's a lot of lactose in there, maybe a touch of vanilla. Terrific beer. Terrific beer. Look at that. How lovely that head develops. Really lovely quality beer. I love a good quality beer. Let's read what the label says. Our method for infusing coffee into beer yields a bright, aromatic and complementary character. Similarly, One Line Coffee's method, Espresso, is a blend of bright fruit notes with a rich dark sweetness. It is perfectly complemented to our milk stout. Into the Night, brewed with oats. There's your mouthfeel just there, oats. Chocolate malt, lactose. So oats and lactose. I didn't quite pick up the oats. Picked up more of the lactose. But nobody's perfect in life, are they? Nobody can pick up every flavour in a beer. We're only human. And Method Espresso. Night Method is a dark and creamy beer, full of body with wonderful chocolate and coffee notes. That is absolutely terrific, guys. It really is. And they have the independent stamp there on the label, which I think is really cool. Really cool. I think from where I'm standing here in the UK, there was a time about 3 years ago where every month you would hear another brewery in America was being bought out by a big company. Since, I would say, maybe the last 18 months, 2 years, since the Brewers Guild of America, or whatever they are, the Brewers Association I think they're called, since they brought out this independent stamp, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I've not heard of one big purchase by one of the big breweries buying a smaller brand because of this stamp on the label. And I'm happy for that, I got to be honest, I'm happy with that. I've drunk so many different beers from so many different breweries, and the embarrassing thing for me is I can review a beer, let's say this one, I can say how wonderful and rich and beautiful this beer is. 6 months down the line the company gets bought, a year down the line they completely change the recipe on a beer like this, and then somebody watches a beer review of the new beer that's been messed about with by a big brand, a big conglomerate of a company, and then they go, what? What's this guy on about? This beer tastes nothing like what he's describing. I've had that so many times. Goose Island. I've had, I reviewed Goose Island IPA, I reviewed Goose Island's Honkers Ale when it was an independent company, when it wasn't part of Anheuser-Busch or whatever they're called, and you see me raving about this beer, and it's not the same beer anymore. Anyway, off subject. Let's give this beer a rating. I just think that beer is just perfectly balanced between this. There's a little bit of sweetness from the malt. There's some roasted malt coming through. There's some nice hoppy, plummy, figgy, dry hop finish on the back end. It's malty, it's oaty. Yes, I missed the oats. The lactose is incredible in the beer. It's got a lovely mouthfeel. Yeah, that's a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10 all day long. For the 6% ABV beer to carry that much body and that much flavour is incredible. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Check it out. As I mentioned earlier on, I picked that beer up myself in Brewdog Cardiff. It was worth the investment. It was going on to £10, that bottle. But there was just something I just couldn't leave. Do you know when you're in front of a beer fridge or a beer aisle and you think, nah, I shouldn't. And then you turn and you turn back, and then in the end I just went, let's just get it. I'm never going to see that brewery's beer again because I don't live in Ohio. I live in Wales in the UK. Boom. Investment for the channel. Let's do it. And it was really good. I'm glad I paid the £10 for that beer. 9 out of 10. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.